This is the Fishing Physician, and we're out here at Tom's Fishing Tackle, and I've got Tony Mullins out here. Tony, thanks a lot for coming on the show out here. This is going to be our first time out here at Tom's Fishing Tackle, and you guys, you really got to come down here, okay? It's right on Aurora Road. You're about a quarter-mile east of the intersection of Aurora Road and Wickham, right across from Marita Bread. You can't miss it. But the biggest thing is, if you're a fisherman and you want to get out there and catch a fish, this is the place to buy your tackle. This is the place to buy your rods. You know, and even if you want to sell some, we take broken, used, it doesn't matter, okay? And custom rods, pretty much anything has anything to do with fishing. That's what we do right here at Tom's Fishing Tackle. All right, let's talk about some fishing, okay? Okay, Ponce Inlet, offshore. We went offshore a couple weeks ago. I caught, I ended up bringing home a nice 31-pound kingfish and 21-pound dolphin. But I'm hearing a lot of people are out there getting an amberjack. They're getting some really nice grouper.
It's picking up a little bit. It's
starting now. When we go into the fall, your fishing offshore will start kicking back in a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully we get the winds to change, the water cleans up. It's been a little nasty out there lately.
I've noticed when we went out there, the color change was pretty close. Is that normal this time of the year?
Yeah, this should be a good start.
You know, amberjack, grouper, all in about 180, 240 feet. That's about 20, 22 miles off. Ours are right at Cape Canaveral and everything, but farther south you get, and we're going to be talking about Fort Pierce, Stewart, which is where I'm going in a couple weeks out there, where the Gulf Stream's a little bit closer, it gets deep real fast. But there's a lot of great fishing going on right now. We're coming into the season. It's been awful hot, awful choppy out there the whole bit, and like you said, the water has not been favorable to where we want it to be. What's going to happen? I mean, the hurricane season's leaving. What are we going to go into, Tony?
We had, I believe what was called brown tide, which killed most of the grass in the intercoastal, and it pushed out a lot of grass throughout, and hopefully if that hurries up and clears, we'll be good fishing after that. I know it was slow for a couple of weeks, but it's been getting a lot better from what I've heard.
Well, you know, they're using a lot of live bait, the live pogies, the pinfish, the grunts, and the sardines. Now that's for deeper water. I know we trolled rig ballyhoo that were skirted. Matter of fact, I got the skirts from Tom. Okay, he gave them to me as a present one day, or perk, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, yeah, we got in some really nice bonita. We got into a lot of different style fish. But what we were looking for were the weed lines. Now the weed lines out there were really choppy. And there weren't real big patches. Now, as the season goes into the fall, we start seeing the bigger patches of the weed line out there.
Yeah, once we get more consistent winds, we should be, it should bundle back up. The way everything's been lately with changing on, every day, it just blew them apart.
Well, in Port Canaveral, you're starting to see a lot of king mackerel, a few cobia. Now they're closer in, 80 to 90 feet. Are you sight fishing for the cobia?
Cobia, pretty much, yeah.
And what are you looking for?
Look for the manta rays, any of the coast, the buoy markers, any kind of landmarks that you can find out there. Just chuck at them, and usually be lucky to find one.
Well, I noticed you got a really nice set of sunglasses in there. For the sight fishing, do you need? I mean, do you need the glasses to be able to see these fish? I know there's a lot of glare out there. I have a problem seeing them, and people are standing right next to me going, "You can't see that fish." I couldn't see it. The glasses make a difference. What do you use?
I use Costa Del Mar's. It's the only glasses that I'll wear for fishing.
And that allows you to see the fish into the water, gets rid of the glare.
They're probably one of the best polarized on the market right now.
The king mackerel, I mean, that's one of my favorites. A lot of people don't like king mackerel in the whole bit. I stake them out, and on the show, my tailgating show, it's let's have a tailgate party and the NFL ticket, which we shoot every week, which airs the same time that this one airs, and also with the night after night show, and the racing, all about racing from the young guns all the way up to NASCAR. Okay, but we're going to be doing some blackened kingfish. A lot of people, you got a favorite recipe for kingfish?
Kingfish, usually just blackened or smoked.
Yeah, or smoked, yeah, well, it had a lot of smoking. Okay, that's what you got to look for, and then that's what's going to be happening out of Ponce Inlet. The farther south you get, and in Port Canaveral, you're going to start seeing king mackerel, and like we said, look for cobia. Okay, now those cobia, when they start hitting like that, or people start seeing them, that will come into almost a bonanza when? November, December?
Starting to pick up now. Hopefully end of October, start of November, it'll really pick up for them.
We fished the Sebastian Inlet tournament down there not too long ago. A few years back, I got second place with a 51 pound, which is a nice cobia. great eating. You guys, you need to check out some of the recipes. You can go to YouTube and check them out. It's great eating. Sebastian Inlet, my favorite place. I like the camping. I like the North Jetty. I like the South Jetty. I've been fishing down there since I was about 9 years old. Before they had the jetties, all they had were rocks. Okay, you had to grow a few to be able to walk out on there. Now I'm seeing people shark fishing off of it, where they throw the bait out. I've seen them kayaking the bait out in the center. I've seen tarpon jump out there, 100, 200 pounds out there. There's some of the greatest snook fishing there is on the coast right there. Redfish fishing, the whole bit.
Yep.
What's happening at Sebastian Inlet right now?
Right now, we're starting to get Spanish mackerel pushing through, throwing greenies to them. Threadfin herring, that's your best bet. We're starting to get a lot of the schools of them coming through as well. Mullet's still pushing through. Snook and reds are starting to pick back up because of all the grass that's coming out of the inlet. It's finally clearing out. Bluefish are starting to show up, which as soon as we get a couple of cold snaps, they'll be in there pretty thick.
Well, offshore, sailfish and the dolphins. That's where we go out of, okay? We go out from there, and then we'll go south to Bethel Shoals, and usually about 30 miles out from there. But I'm getting a lot of good reports that a lot of people are just going straight east, about 30 miles offshore, right out of Canaveral, right out of Sebastian Inlet, and they're doing a great job. A few weeks ago, we had the snapper, first time the red snapper were in. We had we had a 3-day or a 2-day season, and then we had a 3-day season. And from what I hear, they're talking about maybe popping another one in November and possibly December, okay? Every boat that I've seen going through Sebastian, and I spent time and went up Cape Canaveral. It didn't matter where I was. Every head boat that was coming in was full of snapper. Okay, I'm going to ask your opinion on this, okay? What was the closure for?
Over harvesting.
From the commercial or the recreational?
Both.
From both.
Yep.
Well, I know that they put a limit on it. You were allowed one fish. I think the 3-day a month. Would that help if they just did a 3-day season a month?
Well, more of a 2, just as you don't want any commercial right now, because that's what will really wipe them back out. Goliath Grouper had the same problem back in the 90s. That's why they're endangered now as well, but they've came back a long way.
Well, we're going to stop right now. We're going to take a break for our sponsors, okay? And we're at Tom's Fish and Tackle, and like I said, we're Merida Bread. We're right across from Merida Bakery. It's easy to find. It's about a quarter mile east of the intersection of Aurora Road and Wickham. It's a brand new shop. He's got custom rods, bait, frozen bait, the whole bit. This is going to be a lot of fun, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about a little bit of closer inshore and what's happening in the Indian River and Banana River and the lagoons around here, okay? So you guys don't go away. We're going to come back, and we're going to teach you how to catch some fish. Wright Sports Apparel, 2 locations and 10 years in running at the Super Flea and Farmers Market west of I-95 off of O'Galley Boulevard, and a brand new location in Old Town Historic Melbourne, 822 East New Haven Avenue in Old Town Melbourne. Jerseys, jackets, Nike, Reebok shoes, hats, jewelry, magnetic signs. Support your favorite team, football, baseball, basketball, NASCAR. It doesn't matter where your favorite teams, 40 teams in 40 days at 2 locations at the Super Flea and Farmers Market west of I-95 and in Melbourne at 822 West New Haven Avenue. Visit www.facebook.com/Wright Sports. It's a great place to win. You don't have to be a famous race car driver like Michael Waltrip to appreciate quality furniture at great prices. Wayne's had a rough day. Are you comfy, Wayne? Shh, he's asleep. The Furniture Gallery, 3800 West New Haven Avenue in West Melbourne, featuring quality furniture, fit all your needs, functional furniture, living dens, furniture for gathering, gaming, and entertaining, hundreds of styles to choose from, sectional, leather, and fabric, bedroom sets starting at only $493, dining room sets as low as $343. This is no gimmick. Recliners, manual, and electric starting at $193. Mattress sets, memory foam, latex, pillow tops, queen sets as low as $199. That's Furniture Gallery at 3800 West New Haven Avenue in West by God, Melbourne. Give them a call at 733-7690.
For all of of your transportation needs in elegance and style. It's Hot Race Limousines on US 1, 4 blocks north of O'Galley Boulevard in Melbourne. For executive transportation 24 hours a day to and from the Central Florida airports. A limo tour of the Space Coast, where you cruise up Highway A1A to Port Canaveral and enjoy the numerous restaurants and bars and shop at the Cove Marketplace. See Sebastian Inlet State Park or historic downtown Melbourne, all in an elegant Hot Race limousine. All limousines are exquisitely appointed. Arrive in style in a Hot Race limousine. Call 321-412-2202.
We're back out here at Tom's Fishing Tackle, okay? And you just heard us talking a lot about what's going on offshore. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on inshore, from Ponce Inlet all the way down. Tony, they've been getting, Ponce Inlet is not really active right now. I don't know if it's still a little bit too hot. Maybe the water's cooling off down this way. Okay, as the water starts cooling off, we're going to start seeing what in it, like the Indian rivers and on the beaches.
Yeah, we start in the Indian River, we'll get the reds, snook, hopefully they'll push in the flats. Trout, they'll be thick again. Flounder, they're going to start pushing through, even in the flats. Along the beach, hopefully we get pompano, flounder along the beach, and snook as well.
Well, they're starting to, I know we're getting the fall mullet run.
Yep.
Okay, I know Port Canaveral, Sebastian, both inside. Okay, they're starting to get a lot of big bait pods out there and everything like that. But they're going to start running up and down the beach. I know they're sporadic right now. They're not really like normally. I think a little bit in about maybe 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to start seeing a lot of mullet.
Yeah.
I like the cast net. I love to eat the silver mullet, and they're nice size and everything. But I don't really think we're down to that point yet. Okay, but they're starting to get a lot of bluefish out there. I hear bluefish all the way down to Sebastian. We used to use the spoon. Matter of fact, the crocodile spoon that the couple of them that I bought right here from you guys that I've used, and I'm starting to see them out there. I know it's got to get a little bit cooler for the bigger mullet, the bigger mullet to come in, but also the bigger bluefish to come out there. And the redfish that I hear, all of them are over the slot limit, or most of them over the slot limit. And the slot limit right now is what?
18 to 27 total length.
So how many fish are you going to catch before you finally get one that you can take home?
If you're fishing Sebastian, probably a dozen or more before you get a slot one. It's pretty known for the oversized.
Inside up in Merritt Island, Mosquito Lagoon, the whole bit, they're starting to get some really nice trout out there. And some nice trout. I'm talking 6, 7, 8 pound trout out there. They used to, we would fly rod fish, especially right south of the inlet. There was a man that was always in the paper down there, Mr. Schroeder. He always had a write-up about 11, 12, 13 pound trout. I'm not seeing those big trout anymore. Even though they've got the rules and regulations to protect the females and the whole bit, just as the trout, just as the snook. The snook are born males. When they get about 30, 32 inches, they turn into females. That's why, I guess that's why the slot limit's right there, so the females are protected to lay the eggs. Okay, so we have more snook later on. But I'm starting to notice all the fish are either too small or too big. There's nothing in the middle anymore.
As far as snook or
as far as the snook, very seldom do you get them. I mean, you're catching 4 and 5 fish before you finally catch one. Same thing with redfish.
A lot of the inlets, they're just known for a big breeding ground. I mean, you will get a lot of monsters out of there because that's where the food is. That's where everything is for them. Sometimes little backwater areas for the smaller ones, the slot ones, is a little bit better chances.
But they're catching like inside, like what you say, inside the inlet. I know Sebastian Inlet's known for the snook fishing.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're catching a lot on the inside of the inlet.
Yeah.
Okay, I like to fish the slack tide.
Yeah.
Okay, some people like to fish the other bucktail jigs. We used about 1/2 ounce to 3/4 ounce bucktails on the catwalk out there. We caught them out there. I've used a lot of the bombers. Okay, the big bombers, the deep water drivers, and the whole bit out there. But pretty much you can catch, the shrimping is nothing like it used to be because of the grass beds. Okay, but it's starting to come back. They've gotten rid of all those clammers. I think back in the 80s when they had all the clammers coming down, and all that raking on the bottom is hurting us even to this day.
Yeah.
And with no cold water or cold weather, and last year we didn't have any cold weather, so it really didn't push those the shrimp up here. Since we went to this the different rules and regulations, especially regarding the redfish, our crab industry has dropped to nothing. The redfish are eating. There's so many redfish out there that they're eating everything. Will there come a time? And just your opinion. Will there come a time that we're just going to have a kill out there to kind of weed that out, because it is killing us on the crabs, and it is killing us on our shrimping.
Yeah.
I mean, they're eating anything and everything because they're out there. It's a lot of fun to catch one. I love them. We used to call them freight trains.
Right.
Bill Sargent, I got a chance to go fishing with him about 10 years ago. The guy's like you are, very knowledgeable about what's going on offshore, inshore, and on our space coast right here. But the fishing industry has changed so much to the point that we spend a lot of money, a lot of time to go out there, but we can't bring them home. It ain't like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a change someday. I don't know who's going to change it. But anyway, snooker out there, Sebastian Inlet right now. If you guys in redfish in the whole bed, the colder temperature that we get, you're going to start seeing a bonanza of fish, all kinds. Snook, bluefish. You're going to have Spanish mackerel, okay, which is one of my favorites. I make a smoked Spanish mackerel chip dip, and I look forward to that. This Saturday and the following Sunday, I'm going to be out there throwing one of my crocodile jigs that I bought from here and the whole bit. But you know what? You've got a plug here, and this is one of my best favorite topwater plugs. This is the Zara Spook, the baby Zara, the whole bit.
The Rapala, I got the Rapala Skeeter walk in my hand. Really good topwater lure. They have great action, nice size bead in the ass end of it. You know, it keeps it going real good, makes a lot of noise. This model's got the Sure Set hook on it, which is the taller hook in the back. Just in case you get the short bites, usually most times you will get that Sure Set in there. I've got many of trout, reds, snook on these. I've even had small tarpon nail them. A lot of fun, one of my favorite topwater lures out there right now.
Centrix Financial Services, Inc., a full-service mortgage company currently licensed in 19 states. At Centrix Financial Services, Inc., we provide the opportunity for mortgage professionals to achieve. We are currently seeking to hire branch managers and loan officers who possess a great work ethic, honesty, and the desire to be the best. At Centrix, we pride ourselves on customer service. We are fully committed in helping the employee close loans as efficiently and quickly as possible. As loan officers, if you aren't closing loans, then none of us are moving forward. You are the most important part of the company and always will be treated in that manner. For more information, call 954-416-3940.
Central Florida Printing and Graphics, 772 Washburn Road, Suite A in the big city of Melbourne, right behind Hot Flicks off of Sarno Road. You can visit them, www.cflprinting.com. They do my letterheads, envelopes, flyers, postcards, newsletters, labels, door hangers, menus, banners, business cards, all. And if you mention my name, you can add a second color for free. Okay, that's Central Florida Printing and Graphics. Check them out. Mark Lyles down there do a great job for you. You can give them a call at 321-752-8753. Sunday, November 4th, the Joe Rolano Memorial Benefit Bash, hosted by the Club Hangover at 671 Washburn Road in the big city of Melbourne. An all-day extravaganza. Poker run starts at 11 a.m. 8-ball tournament with $200 cash prize, a blind draw, $500 cash prize, live music all day, food, raffles, a 50-50 drawing. And you can vote for your favorite Space Coast Bartender 2012. And we've got some really great bartenders right here on the Space Coast. The Joe Rolano Memorial Fund Benefit Bash. It all starts at the Club Hangover, 671 Washburn Road in Melbourne. You can turn at Hot Flicks off Sarno Road. For more information, call 321-610-3917. And put your hand up to me. A Best Air and Heat Incorporated, family owned, family operated, serving Brevard for 25 years. Our highly trained and certified technicians provide only the best service available, $39.95 service calls. We offer same-day service with planned maintenance agreements, free estimates on all system changeouts and all your residential and commercial air conditioning and heat service, and repairs on all makes and models. We use the best equipment with full warranties, providing parts and supplies for the guys that want to do it themselves. Remember, service is our business, maintaining the highest level of integrity in the business, a member of the Better Business Bureau, and we accept all major credit cards. A Best Air and Heat Incorporated. Give us a call at 321-725-8758. Okay, we're back from a small break. You know, we got to recognize our sponsors. Okay, and Tom Fishing Tackle's been a sponsor of RSPN and my ESPN show for about 2 years now. He's been a regular sponsor, and I bought a lot of fishing poles from you guys and fishing reels. I really want to talk about the new one because we're going to be talking about the Keys here in a minute.
Right.
Okay, and offshore in the Keys. The Shimano TLD 5 2-speed. Okay, this is I've never been involved with a 2-speed offshore reel, but after last week of catching that 31-pound kingfish, it kicked my ass. Okay, so now I want something but at the same time, I want something nice and reliable and a good reel. I have a new, Tom supplied me with the new offshore pole, and I want to match it up with something that's equal as quality and the whole bit. This is a really nice reel, you guys. Right now, Tom's got a great special going on. It's going to go through the month of October and into November. You can buy this reel at regular like $420, $430 in most shops, and he's selling it for $340. That's quite a discount. Okay, so you guys, if you want something that you ain't cranking, it's got the power arm, the whole bit, and you're not just wearing yourself out on the first fish, you want to be able to have enough energy to catch that second fish, and this is definitely the reel that'll keep you in shape and get you doing that. So it's been a lot of fun with that reel, and I can't wait to get out there. The braided Power Pro is the braided line that you guys sell.
Yep, that's what
okay, and I never even heard about this. It's Power Pro. You can put a lot more line on your reels. I have it on my Penn 450 that I bought from Tom. I have it on my Penn 750. Okay, I've got it on my 950 on my surf pole. So I mean, I use it, and now we're getting ready to put about 500 or 600 yards a 50-pound test on this, and still have plenty of room to do whatever I want to. If I want to put a shocker on there or whatever. And this is a great line. It's called Power Pro. You guys come out to Tom's. He'll spool your reels for you, or he'll just sell you a spool. It doesn't matter. Either way. Let's talk a little bit about offshore. Okay, on the reefs and the wrecks, kings are still down there. They're active. They're getting out there. But I'm going to Stewart. Stewart, when you go outside the inlet there, how far am I going to have to go? I want to go into 400, 500, 600 feet of water.
Probably really close to that,
yeah. But from what I understand, it's about 6-7 miles. I know Tom. Tom is our cameraman today, but Tom fishes out there and probably knows a little bit more than I do out there. But we're going to take one of my sponsors, A-Best Aaron Heat, Richard DiBenedetto. I fish a lot with him, and we do a lot of tournaments together in the whole bit. And we're going to go down and stay one night in one of the motels and get up early the next morning and go offshore. Up here, we've got to go 20, 25 miles. We spend a lot of time going out, a lot of time driving, coming in. We want to hit the deep water right off here. This is the reel to use that with. Okay, so we're looking forward to it, and hopefully we can get down to the Keys pretty soon. Right now, things it seem to slow down a little bit. Your tuna are still out there and they're holding, but it hasn't hit that time of year yet.
Right.
You've got and your dolphin. It'll be probably another month before the big dolphin come through. Then it'll slow down a little bit, and I can't wait for the spring, because the spring, the cows and the big bulls will start coming in. I've got a 51-pound bull about 3 years ago, which fed half my neighborhood. I mean, that's a lot of great mahi, dorado, whatever you want to call it. It's some good eating out there. But the snapper, tell us a little bit about the snapper. I know we had a great time up here. The snapper down there, they say that when you drop your bait, you have to drop it so fast that it goes through the snapper, because the snapper stay off the bottom to get to the grouper.
Yeah.
And the snapper are killing them off.
Yeah, snapper, they're pretty tricky. You just gotta get it dropped down fast, get through their school to get to the actual reef itself. If you can manage that, you can get triggerfish, groupers, anything else on the reef.
Hopefully we're going to come back into it. They're talking already about there are a lot of really nice catches of red snapper over the past 2 weekends that they have the season open. Hopefully they'll bring that back out. You guys, this is a great little plug. We're going to be doing some topwater fishing, okay, which I used to fish with the Zero Spook and the Baby Zero, but this is a really nice reel, our lure, but it comes in about 3 or 4 different colors.
Oh yeah, they got a wide variety of colors.
And that's the Skitter Walk by Rapala.
Yep.
And you guys check this out. It's a great lure. I like the way the back hook is. They've changed it a little bit, so the eyes are the eyes are on the bait, okay, and this definitely will attract attention. Okay, we've covered Ponce Inlet, Cape Canaveral, Sebastian Inlet, Keys, offshore, and inshore. The surf fishing is starting to break all up and down the coast. Hopefully Saturday morning I'll get out there and get some nice bull whiting, one of my favorites. Maybe some Spanish mackerel, maybe get some the big silver mullet out there, but the whole bit. But you guys, every week on Friday, okay, at 12 o'clock, you're going to hear about fishing, you're going to hear about racing, you're going to hear about the Night After Night show, which covers all the restaurants, all the bars, all the bands, anything that has anything to do with what's going on our Space Coast. Also, our other show, which is Tailgating Party with the NFL ticket at the Hangover. We'll be shooting that live, okay? So you guys check us out, RSPN, according with the big number 2, Wayne.com. It's every week. Visit Tom Fishing Tackle for all your fishing needs. It's at 2600 Aurora Road, right across from Marita Bread, okay? Quarter mile east on Aurora Road of the intersection of Aurora and Wickham. You can't miss it. Come out. You're going to save a lot of money, and you're going to get to talk to the guys that are actually out there fishing. We just want to remind you, the second annual Kickstands Up Poker Run, to benefit the Others That May Live Foundation. They're going to have door prizes, 50-50 raffles, best hand, worst hand. It's a great thing. It's going to be October 13th. Registration is going to start at 9 a.m. at the Broken Barrel Tavern, okay? It's going to go to all over town, the whole bit. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it is a benefit. One of the benefits that I'm going to be involved with, major sponsor, Tom's Fishing Tackle, Hot Raised Limousine. Okay, that's going to be Sunday on November 4th, the Joe Rolano Memorial Benefit Bash, and it's going to be hosted by the Club Hangover at 671 Washburn Road in Melbourne. You guys are going to want to come out there. It's going to be a poker run with a 50-50 on that, 8-ball tournament, paying $200 in cash, a blind draw paying $500 in cash. Okay, we're going to have live music all day, food, raffles, another 50-50 drawing, and then you get to vote for your favorite Space Coast Bartender 2012, which is going to be a lot of fun. And this is Joe Rolano Memorial Fund Benefit Bash. It's been around for about 40 years. The object of the benefit, it takes care of bartenders, servers, musicians, whoever, that if something happens in their family, they can apply for help. It doesn't really pay their bills or anything, but it helps them like with food or diapers or something like that if they need. And it's a really great thing. That's going to be at the Hangover Lounge on November 4th. Maybe you guys will get a chance to come out there and check us out. And we're going to start getting involved, Wounded Warrior Anglers. Okay, I'm really looking forward to that. You may want to go, just like I'm going to have to get more information. It's a brand new setup, but it's www.woundedwarrioranglers.org. Check them out. I'm really looking forward to these guys. If it's got something to do with fishing, we're going to get involved. You guys stay tuned for next week. We're going to have a great time. We're going to talk about a little custom rod making. We're going to show you how it's done, and we're going to show you how these guys make their money. Stay tuned for all of my shows. That's according with the big number 2, Wayne.com. You guys have a nice weekend.